Hello, and welcome to this video where I am going to go through some homeworks that my students from my academy send me each week, and I'm going to mark them for you to see how we do it in the academy, but also for you to benefit from the mistakes and the corrections and the fantastic language that they managed to use. So let me hop on a screen share and show you my weekly process. Okay, so I'm actually halfway through one of them. Let's go through it from the top. So this is the original. Hey, it's been a while. What have you been up to recently? Very good. I just quit my job last week and am trying to be a digital nomad. So they're using this phrase digital nomad that we exposed in one of the episodes that we're focusing on in this week of our studies in the academy. All right. And then, wow, it sounds very cool. I'm taken aback by this news. You've worked for this company for several years and it seems you were just promoted. Do you have any plan so far? Speaker B. The previous job is stable but boring. I'd like to do something that challenges me more, so I plan to rent a little cottage in Cotswold, typo, and run my own business. I want to create a new app that can take the world by storm. Fair enough. You're an outstanding software engineer. I believe you can make it. But what draws you to Cotswolds? The Cotswolds. The countryside vibe and beautiful scenery draws me there. I travelled there before and stumbled upon a lovely farm and coffee shop. I found myself more creative in this atmosphere. Oh, my tone was terrible then. That's a really nice plan. Then I will arrange a time to visit you there. Speak to you soon. So that's a fantastic first draft, but I think we can improve it. So here's what I'm suggesting halfway through, and then I'll continue with you through the rest of it. So the first bit is really good. Then we have, I just quit my job last week and I'm trying the whole digital nomad thing. Okay, so that's better than I'm trying to be a digital nomad. A native wouldn't structure it like that. And I think that's a good example of the kind of back and forth you need as a non-native at an upper intermediate to advanced level. You know the phrase, you can conjugate sentences comfortably, but let's give it a go with this new phrase. Doesn't quite sound how a native would use it. So this is how a native would use digital nomad. Okay, and then here, wow, that sounds cool. It wouldn't be, wow, it sounds very cool. It would be, wow, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. Although, to be honest, I'm a little taken aback by this news. Okay, so see how I've changed it from just straightforward. I'm taken aback by this news. It's a bit robotic, so you'd have to have something like this. Although, to be honest, I'm a little taken aback by this news. We always, not always, but we very often add softeners to this. I think I even just did a softener then. I said we always, that's too set in stone. So I said, oh, we often. Brits always, often do that. All right. And then instead of you've worked, I'd say you worked for that company for several years. And I think I remember you saying you were promoted recently. I'm not going to constantly go back and forth, but you can see this was it before. You've worked for this company for several years and it seems you were just promoted. So a more native response would be, you worked for that company for several years. And I think I remember you saying you were promoted recently. Do you have a plan, or are you just going to wing it? So I've added a phrase there to wing it. That was actually within our set of vocabulary. So I've added that for a bit of spice. We tend to use the caps when we're trying to target a phrase. All right, then we've got this bit, and I haven't marked this, so you're on the journey with me. The previous job is stable but boring. Okay, we need to change that. So, yeah. So we don't need to say the previous job because we're talking about that job. So, yeah, it was stable. It was stable, but again, a softener, a bit boring. Yeah, it was stable, but a bit boring. I'd like to do something that challenges me more. So I plan to rent a little. So I'm planning to rent a little cottage in the Cotswolds. If you don't know what the Cotswolds is, it's a lovely part of the country, very idyllic, very British countryside, picturesque. A picturesque bit of countryside in the UK, and run my own business. I want to create a new app that will hopefully take the world by storm. Yeah, good. Fair enough. You're an outstanding software engineer. I believe you can make it. It's just a little bit robotic still. Fair enough is really good. I mean, you're amazing. You're an amazing software engineer. So yeah, go for it. Yeah, a native would say that. I mean, there's loads of ways a native would say it, but that's a more native feel towards it. But what draws you to the Cotswolds? Oh, I think that was in the... Yeah, it was a target phrase, the Cotswolds. But what draws you to the Cotswolds? Really good usage of this. I hope Brian doesn't mind. I'm congratulating you, Brian, if you watch this video. I know you're going to be in class with me tomorrow, but well done. But what draws you to the Cotswolds? The countryside vibe and beautiful scenery draws me there. Nice usage of draws me there again. I travelled there before. I've been there. I've been there before and stumbled upon a lovely farm and coffee shop. I found myself more creative in shop, and I think I just found myself to be a bit more creative. Oops. In that kind of atmosphere. Let's read it again. I've been there before. So the countryside vibe and beautiful scenery draws me there. I've been there before and stumbled upon a lovely farm and coffee shop. And I think I just found myself to be a bit more creative in that kind of atmosphere. Yeah, that reads more like a native. That's a really nice plan. Then I will arrange a time to visit you there. Speak to you soon. Again, a little bit stiff. That's a really nice plan. I've got a... And I will arrange a time. I guess I'll have to make sure. I guess I'll have to make sure to come and visit you when the dust settles. The dust settles, meaning imagine dust. Do you know dust? The particles of fluff, air, and I don't know how. You know, when you go like that, dust comes off, skin comes off. So when you move somewhere and you need a bit of time to sort of settle and get comfortable in your environment, we use this phrase, let the dust settle. So when something impactful has happened, let it all calm down. So that's a really nice plan. I guess I'll have to make sure to come and visit you when the dust settles. When the dust settles. Oops. Speak to you soon. So speak to you soon. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So that was a really nice piece from Brian. And we've just adapted it slightly I'll leave a link to this for you to see in the description box. Yes, I think I will do that. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this feedback video format. It's a new one for me. Let me know if you liked it. And if you've not watched any of my videos before, then subscribe. But that would be a bit weird if this is the first one that you've seen. Let me just unshare my screen. There we go. Yeah, have a lovely day, and hopefully see you again soon on the British English Podcast. If you did want to join the fun in my academy and yeah, participate in this kind of homework that you've just seen me review, then head over to the britishenglishpodcast.com/academy. Yeah. Bye.